Open, honest conversations about healthy relationships, love, respect, and consent can begin from the time your kids understand what you're saying. And curbing toxic masculinity starts with parents. But raising boys as a single mom can never be easy. And to help our single moms with the right tools that they need to raise their young boys into great men is clinical psychologist Stha Ndlovu. Stha, Siswam, welcome to The Loft.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Stha, let's get straight into it. How can one raise boys as a single mom?
So single moms can raise strong and successful children. It's not the singlehood, really, the single parenthood that poses a problem, but sometimes single parents are faced with economic pressures, family instability, and sometimes there's conflict amongst parents. So then a single parent may find it difficult to raise a child, but with adequate resources, the single parents may be able to provide a stable and nurturing home in which children can thrive. So it's really important for single moms raising boys to be able to provide their children with much stability, structure, and support as possible.
Now, how important is it for young boys to have male role models in their life?
Very important for young boys to have male figures in their lives. It helps them with their developments, their cognitive developments. It also helps in developing a positive self-concept. So that is how the boy views themselves, how they view relationships around them, and how they view the world at large. So it's very, very important. It can also assist with behavioral problems, social adjustments, poor academic performance, and other issues like substance abuse. So it's very important.
Being a parent is tough, but being a single parent is twice the work. So what are the things that any single mom should know about raising boys?
So it's really important to note that they may be different to raising girls, and a large part of that can be accounted for by the way in which they are socialized, in the way in which they are taught how to become boys or how to become men. So whatever it is that you want your boy to know, that you want them to be the man that you want them to become, it's important to start instilling those values right from the beginning, right from early childhood, and instilling the values that you think are most important for a man growing up.
If the biological father is out of the picture for whatever reason, how and must mothers speak about the father?
It's actually quite important that the mother speaks about the father and the circumstances that led to the father being absent in a way, obviously, that is age appropriate. The mother needs to always be cognizant of the fact that however they speak of the father will shape the child's perception of the father. So it's important that they speak positively about the father and not in derogative ways that will make the child start to view the father in ways that can be harmful and hurtful to the child, especially psychologically and in the way in which they view themselves in relation to this person who now is not in their lives.
But Stha, I think that that's easier said than done, especially if thinking about this person triggers traumas within yourself. So how much of separating oneself needs to happen when having these discussions and telling the story of the father figure?
It's very important to pay attention to your own emotions as a parent, because you may be burdened with a lot of emotional distress because of what had happened between you and the father. And obviously you may have experienced perhaps some traumas when the relationship was not working out. So it's important that you heal from those things, that you find help, you seek psychological assistance, and make sure that you're not passing on to the child some emotions that are lingering within you that you have not properly dealt with.
And what are the telltale signs that present in boys when they're feeling a lack of the father's presence in their lives? And do you have any final words of encouragement for our moms?
So there's quite a few things that parents can look out for. They can look out for scholastic difficulties, if a child is really struggling at school, poor academic performance, also delinquency, truancy, not wanting to go to school and really being reluctant to be at school, behavioral problems, aggressiveness. Sometimes we also see a low self-esteem amongst children who are really feeling the lack of the father figure in their lives. And I think just speaking to moms as like a last word, I think it's really important to talk and to listen to your children. It's important to explain changes that are happening around them, changes that are happening in the family structure, changes that are happening in their family. It's important to shield children from parental conflict. Children should not be involved when parents are in conflict. And also it's important to accentuate the positives. There surely are positives, because I think a lot of the times we think of families in the nuclear sense, that there's a mom and a dad and 2 other children. And a lot of the times we do note that that isn't the case in a lot of families around us. There's blended families, there's families that look different. So it's important for moms to speak about what family means. Does family mean people who are your blood, or people who are taking part in raising the child, or can become family? So it's really important to look at the positive sides of other people who are contributing to the raising of this child.
South Africa, please head over to our social media platforms. Use that hashtag Afternoon Express, and please share in your own personal experiences of raising those young boys into brave men, and use that hashtag Afternoon Express. Stha Ndlovu, thank you for joining us again, Siswam.
Thank you for having me.